is the middle of the year, and we know what that means. The mid-year freak-out tag. Now, this is what you do to check in on your reading and your reading goals. Right now, I have read 25 out of 50 books. My goal is 50. I am behind a lot. But hopefully, maybe I can get there with the books that I want to read this year. We'll see. Anyway, for this year. But let's go ahead and start off just kind of like with some of the questions. So one of the questions is, what is the best book you've read this year? Now here's the problem. This is, there's going to be a lot of repeating, just going to say. But one of the best books, and I would, okay, actually, one of the best books I read this year was You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen McManus. I read books last year. I loved the One of Us is Lying series. Then I read this book. I love it so much. I gave this book actually a 4.75 stars. It wasn't there to be a 5-star, but it was so close, and I loved this book so much. And I would just recommend Karen McManus. I love Karen McManus. She's like one of my favorite authors. Her books are always fast-paced and never seem to really disappoint. Then we have my favorite book of this entire year, and that is If Only I Had Told Her by Lauren Allen. This book is a sequel to If He'd Been With Me, and this one, I'm going to tell you something, it's just a good book. I loved it so much. I just loved it. I love the fact that you got Finney, and I do have to say, I do like the fact that we did get Jack's kind of point of view. But I'm happy that we also got more of Autumn's point of view as well. I am really, really happy, and I'm really excited for this book. I was really excited for this book, and I'm so happy that it was such a good book. Now, another question is the best sequel, and we're going to have this book. This was an amazing sequel to the first one, and then the next sequel, because this one is a sequel, and this one is Dr. Sleep. This is a sequel to The Shining, and I feel like this story just really did keep The Shining and follow The Shining a lot. I just feel like this was something to where it was the best sequel for The Shining, and you really did get what you wanted with it. Alright, anyway, now the next book we have is new releases that we haven't read yet, but want to, and those are actually already out. I do not have the physical copies of these, so I'll have the picture up. We have First Lie Wins, then we have The Teacher, we have Heartless Hunters. This one everyone has said they loved. And then another Dr. Sleep, You Like It Darker. I love not Dr. Sleep, Stephen King. I love Stephen King, and I think that would be such a one. Now, my most anticipated release of the second half of this year is Such Charming Liars and Breaking the Dart. Alright, my new favorite authors this year are Stephen King. I just started reading Stephen King, and I love Stephen King. He's such a good book, and I do feel like that his books will be, I just think that they're so, I just love his books, and they're fast-paced, and I do love reading about them. Then we also have Sarah J. Maas, which I read Throne of Glass this year. I started off with Throne of Glass, and I also did read the first book in the Actor series. This one, I love Sarah J. Maas. Her writing is really great, and I do have to say, I do understand the hype. I do love I don't love all of it, but I do love the story and the books that she is written about. Now, the next book is, what is your newest fictional crush? This year, it's Finney from this book. If Only I Had Told Her. It's Finney. I love Finney. He's such, to be honest with you, getting his point of view and realizing how much of a good just boyfriend he is. Yes, he might have broken up with Sylvie, but he loved Autumn, and he wanted Sylvie to have someone who loved Autumn, who loved her as much as he loved Autumn. Oh, I loved Autumn, and I was like, and he's also really cool because I just love it. I think he's so cool and stuff. This book is just the best book ever. This is the best book. I would recommend this series to people out there. I'd recommend If You'd Been With Me and this one. Just, I love them. But, if you are a boy, please do not read this. Because, or if you're someone that I know in my class, just do not read this book. Or any of the books. Got it? Alright. Now, because there isn't really anything other to discuss except for the fact that I really haven't had a really good reading year, and hopefully the second half will be better because I haven't really found a lot of books I care for. Because if I go here, let's see. What would... let's go. Let's see here. I need to fill that out. Anyway, so I've had... let's see, how many 4 stars have we had? So we have 3. We've had 1 4. Wait, is that a 5 actually? Wait. No, that's a 4. Okay, we have had 1 5. Another 4. So we've had 2 4s so far. 3 4s. 5 4. So we've only had 4 4 stars this entire year and 1 5 star, and the rest have just been 3 to 1 stars. So hopefully that this next year, next half of the year, it will definitely come up. And this is my lovely stack of my end of the year TBR. So let's start off with this. I really want to read a Lisa Jackson book this year because I have so many of her books. And I think the one that I really do want to read is After She's Gone. And I really want to just read this book. Then I really do just want to read all of her books, and that is Karen M. McManus. These are the 3, except for Such Charming Liars, that I haven't read yet. And I just really want to read them this year. Hopefully we can get through this year because, I mean, that would just be an amazing time and I would love them so much. So we have Nothing More to Tell, The Cousins, and then 2 Can Keep a Secret. Then I really do want to finish off with the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series because of the TV show that's coming out. I just really want to finish this, and I really would like to finish this, and I hope I do like these books more than I did like the first book. Then I just want to read more, because the only book I've read by Linda Painter is Better Than the Movies. She's coming out with a sequel to Better Than the Movies. I'm really excited for that one. But we have Betting on You, and then we have The Do-Over, and I hope to read these books this year. I really do hope that these are the 2 books that I can really read this year. Then this one is just a random one, but I do really want to read this memoir, and the reason why is, sadly, he passed away last year. And I'm really sad about that. But I do really want to read Matthew Perry's memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Things. I do really want to read this memoir. I love Friends, and I loved Chandler, so this is definitely for something that I would probably love to read and stuff. Just kind of see the struggles and stuff with it, but yeah, we had this one. And then I really want to read one of his books as well, and I want to read Riley Sager. I want to read one of his books, and I have The House Across the Lake. This one everyone loved, and let's hope that I love it too. Okay, now this one is a chunky one, but this one I really want to read. I want to read 11/22/63, Stephen King. And I do have to say, I know they were trying to be funny, but there was someone who was watching who was reading this book, and she goes, spoiler alert, John F. Kennedy dies. Yeah, we know John F. Kennedy died. It's not that. But anyway, we have this book. Then I really do, because I loved Then She Was Gone by Lisa Joelle last year. Oh gosh, I want to read The Invisible Girl, and then we have The Third Wife I have, and then I just want to read more of her books. I mean, I just want to read so many more of her books. I just love her books so much. Well, and another one, but hopefully we will like all of her books. And then this one is just kind of like a reread, but I mean, I already have to reread The Hunger Games, and I do really want to just reread these and annotate them. And they're coming out, Barnes & Noble is coming out with a special edition of these books. And because my favorite is Mockingjay, I'm going to get Mockingjay. I really want it. And I love Mockingjay. But we have the Hunger Games series. I love the Hunger Games series. This is just a great series. I read this for the first time last year, and I do need to read the Hunger Games for school this year. So hopefully, and then I'll probably skip to these two because I just love them so much. And this one, Mockingjay, is my favorite. I don't know why, but it is. I mean, I love the game parts of it, but this one is my favorite, hand down. But this is just like, I mean, this is just a 5-star series for me. Oh, and also, I didn't read it, but I do hope to read more series like the Twilight series, maybe even Divergent. I do hope to read those series because I just want to read those series because those are just kind of like the, I'm going to say it, but like the iconic or something, to where those are like the original dystopian series. And I am also just going to let you know that I will not be reading the Shadow Me series because I did not like Shadow Me. That was a horrible book. And I don't think I'm ever going to read a book by that author again. I'm sorry if you liked it. I just don't like her. I do not like the Shadow Me series. Anyway, but that is it for my mid-year freakout tag. I know it wasn't that good, but I do hope, I mean, I haven't really had a good reading year this year, so I do hope that this next half of the year the second half just can turn it all around and I can have an amazing reading year. Plus, if I just go for books I really want to read, because here's the problem. These books I know will probably always just be the best. I love them so much. Anyway, I love the Hunger Games, and I just want to annotate them and go through. I don't like to tab things, but I want to annotate them. I love them, and that's what we're gonna do. But that is it for today's video. You guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys have a good night, good day, wherever you are, and goodbye.